Hello everybody, this is Rafia Walter, and in this short video we're going to be talking about HANA views and input parameters. So in this video what I'm going to propose is to do calculation view of the consolidated stocks of a specific stock value. So imagine that we have different ECC systems and we've put on top of this a HANA system, and we're retrieving all the information, and what we want to do is to know the stock of a specific date. And we're going to be doing this to simplify. I've created two calculation views, one for the total stock quantity calculation view and one for the stock movement. And then we're going to do a union of those both. So one to calculate the stock of a specific product and one for the stock movement for that specific date. So if we look into the first view, which is the total stock quantity calculation view, as I said, we have three different ECC systems. So I'm simplified the complexity of this, but basically we have the NKPF and the MSEG tables, and I'm going to do a projection. I don't want to get all the different fields, and I'm just going to get a few of the output columns. This is just a proof of concept. So this is my projection, and I have, of course, a calculated column, which is the date. Okay, which is the boot dat with the date format, and the parameter will be, of course, the stock date coming from the main calculation view that has been used to create the union. Okay, so once we go into this, you see that I'm filtering on the specific, I want to get all the information coming before this stock date. Then in the join, I'm joining on those two tables with the mount material number, and I'm doing an inner join here. And basically I've done this for the three different ECC systems that we've replicated, and I'm going to do a union and an aggregation. What we're doing here is basically, as I said, we're getting all the different stock movement coming from the end of time to today, and we want to calculate the total stock quantity available for that specific date. So this is the first part of the calculation view, and we have here the STINV, which is the total quantity stock, and it's for a specific stock date here. And if we go into the calculation view, you see that I'm looking at what was in and what was out for that specific date. And basically that's all there is to it. So now the second part of the view is the stock movement. So basically we have the total stock quantity for all the products, but now we want to know on that specific date what was the in and out. Okay, so basically it's the same. I'm using MKPF and MSEG, and we're using also the stock date as a filter, but this time the boot dat format, we want the specific movements for that day, only for that day. Okay, then once again we're doing the projections. I'm doing also the calculated figure, and we want to go into, as you can see here, I've used the specific movement types, not all movements. I'm filtering out, and I have the stock in, stock out for those specific movement types that I've put here in the calculated column. And basically that's all we needed. So in the consolidated view, we will have in the semantic layer, we will have the total stock movement and the stock in and stock out for that specific date. So inside of SAP Analytics Cloud, now I've created a very basic and simple dashboard for a specific date. I want to look for the 2010 February 22nd, and for the product CNC 1000, I'm going to see the different stock movement that we had from the different systems and the different plants, and I can filter out. I could this is once again just SAP Analytics Cloud dashboards available. But if we want to focus on a specific product here and a specific plant, just plant 1000, here for this material type, we see that we had 989 total stock quantity available, and we issued 4 stocked that day. If we want to run this, and this is, we're going to change the date, And you see this is how in SAP Analytics Cloud we see that the actual data comes live from HANA. Now we see that we didn't have any issue stock that day, but the total stock quantity on the 20th of February was 993. So this is all I wanted to show you. Just to explain, we saw that the input value was sent through the HANA Live inside from SAP Analytics Cloud into a HANA calculated view, and this HANA calculated view was done using two different calculation view, one for calculating the total stock and one for the specific stock movements for a specific date for that input date. I hope this was helpful for you. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment, or, well, I'll see you next time. Cheers.